For the next couple of years, he released independent mixtapes and songs and hustled in the streets with OHB. And although it wasn't mainstream success, his songs did make waves on the East Coast. But then in 2012, things would come crashing down. Abdul lost his mother, grandmother, and was arrested in the same month. After accidentally selling to an undercover cop, his house was raided and they found all kinds of substances. This ultimately landed him a 3-year prison sentence on April 13, 2013. And although he was always cool, calm, and collected, this right here made him panic. He had seen what a prison sentence did to Cassidy's career and he didn't want this for himself. So he pleaded for the judge to give him an opportunity to shave off some time. So in exchange for a year off his sentence, he agreed to speak at schools and do community service.
You know, we want to go talk to the kids and, you know, go to the Vision Quest, talk to the troubled youth. And I just left talking to a middle school and elementary school. You know, I cleaned a couple playgrounds up and all that. You know, we just doing everything we can, man, help the community out, man. And, you know, show these people now more of an asset on the streets than in jail, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got 5 days left to turn myself in. Probably gonna do a couple more songs. I did some things in my past. Wish, you know, I can turn back the end of time, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? You know, it just caught up to me, son.
Now things were looking better. He only had to do a year and a half, plus he had a bunch of unreleased music. A couple of these songs like Riviera Riding and All I Got Is Me became East Coast hits. So when Ab was released in October of 2014, he came home to a bigger fan base than ever before. And in the summer of 2015, things would be taken to the next level for an unexpected reason. If you can remember, this is when Meek Mill dissed Drake on Twitter because he didn't promote his album. In the tweet, he said that Drake didn't write his verse on Rico and ended up posting the original track. Drake was obviously upset, so a week later he released his Meek Mill diss song called Back to Back. In the song, Drake says, "I drove here in the Wraith playing AR Ab." Ooh. This was major for Ab as it led to many people looking him up on Google, but it also put him in a strange position. He just got shouted out by the biggest rapper in the world, but he also has to side with his friend Meek, right? A week later, he made an appearance on Vlad TV where he stated that Drake went harder and that he was disappointed in Meek's response.
After I heard it, I'm thinking like, this can't be it, you know what I'm saying? You know, Meek come from Philly streets, I'm thinking like, you know what I mean? There was gonna be some more than that, you know what I mean? Yeah, I was kind of, you know, a little disappointed, you know what I'm saying? That was corny, a lot of people thought it was corny, a lot of people thought it was trash, a lot of people thought like Meek lost.
So Back to Back, you thought it was a crazy diss song?
Yeah.
When Meek saw the interview, he was pissed. Ab was just keeping it real, but in Meek's mind, he should have had its back no matter what. So the next day at his show, he yelled, "F*** AR Ab." Of course, Ab felt disrespected and he dropped his own back-to-back just a couple days later. In the song, he says that Meek Mill is too scared to diss him on a song and that his artist O'Malley is the softest one on Dream Chasers. Oh, and he also opens the song with this, and you guys know what he's talking about.
I caught a body before I wrote a rap. You rather hold a mic or rather hold a Mac?
After this, Meek would leave it alone, but AR Ab would milk the situation till the dawn of time. Every time he was in front of a camera, he would begin talking about it.
No, quick question. They could be the king of the radio and rap. You don't rap about all that. Fuck all that. I'm in the streets. That's where you get your love from. I run the mud, man. You better know that. The mud people. This Meek beef, man. Like, what's up with that, man? It's not beef, man. I kill people for real. Is he dead? Is he dead? Is he physically dead? No, he's not. There ain't no beef then.
You got real killers that kill.
Despite saying there's no beef, Ab would later admit that things got bloody behind closed doors.
It got bloody behind the scenes, man. You know what I'm saying? My got shot behind the scenes. They got rolled in the streets with us behind the scenes. You dig what I'm saying?
Thankfully though, in the same interview, Ab said that he got on the phone with Meek for 4 hours to squash the beef.
After all that, we still managed to squash it though, like on the tickets. It was never me and him. We talked on the phone for like 4 hours and shit. I said, damn, like, I asked him, I said, man, did I ever disrespect you? He was like, no.
Overall, all this drama brought a ton of attention to AR-Ab, especially after the Vlad interviews. And for whatever reason, he got addicted to the attention and began telling everything in all kinds of interviews. While he and his OBH gang are committing serious crimes in the streets, he began telling it all to the world. He told the world what he does, what his OBH associates do, and where you can find them. No, like I've never seen anything like this before.
Like, we got Allegheny, we got Area, we got 18th Street, we got like from the 20th Street all the way to Broad Street. It's an epidemic. I want to start branching off on the other side. We might take a block on the other side of Broad Street. It's an epidemic. I might put some work out there. I'm thinking about taking Clearfield over. I'm thinking about taking Clearfield over. And I might cross, we already crossed Pike Street already, right? Oh, we already down to Butler Street, Pike Street. We already down to Pike Street now. So we on 20th Street. I'm thinking about going to 10th Street. We already going to Broad. We thinking about going all the way to 10th Street now. We think about crossing Clearfield, because nobody gonna do nothing about it anyway once we get over there. I put work out there. Anybody want to put work out there, what they gonna do? They gonna call everybody's phone and cop out and ask why we doing it.
I allow my man Bros to quit rap and become a shooter. Like Bros, I only want to rap like a big Brock back there. Bros, you don't rap no more. You just want to be a shooter, man.
Free smoke.
I ain't gonna lie, you smell blood, man. My man Bros caught his first shooting. He was like, all right. When he caught his first shooting, he said, he put down the fucking notepad and he said, Ab, I love the way this shit feel. I just want to shoot.
Free smoke.
As you can tell, he had an obsession with telling the world what he was doing in the streets. Why he was doing this, I really can't figure it out, but if there's any psychologists in the comments, please let me know. So now let's jump into the crazy story of OBH.